So we all know kids can be very blunt. We all know that. When I was little, I used to see my grandma and aunt stick a needle in their belly. I used to think sucks to be them, right? Little did I know it's something they have something that runs in our family, and I'm very prone to getting it, and that's diabetes mellitus type 2. So the history of diabetes. Sorry, the first accurate description of diabetes was in the 2nd century, with excessive urination and excessive drinking, and by a physician named, and I'm gonna butcher his name, I already know I will, is Arrhetius. But anyways, so, and then according to the CDC, there is, like if you look in the pictures, with diabetes mellitus, there is not enough insulin, and sometimes there's an excessive amount where it just doesn't, your body doesn't know how to use it as well as it should. And that's when you compare the pictures, you see a lot more glucose, high glucose in the bloodstream. Now that we have explored the history, we are now going to explore the present prognosis. According to the American Diabetes Association, there's several ways that they do testing on diabetes to get diagnosed through your physician. That is not limited to the 2 tests are checking your A1C levels as well as your fasting plasma glucose. The American Diabetes Association, they say that you can reduce your risk by 58% by losing 15 pounds if you're 200 pounds, or 7% of your body weight, as well as exercising moderately, 30 minutes of walking every day, or not every day, but 5 times a week. Now that we have explored the present prognosis, we will now look at the future outlook. According to the CDC, right now there's no cure. Unfortunately, there's no cure, so a lot of people have to manage or just do preventatives by exercising, eating well, as well as upping their activity levels. And now that we have looked at the diabetes mellitus history, present prognosis, as well as the future outlook, I hope this gives a good amount of information to you people as well as me, and hopefully that'll help encourage us to help each other to be in better health, to prevent that, because that's not very good in the long term. Show my card, sorry.
You're too close.
Okay. So second set for speech number 4. Okay. Imagine working so hard to pursue your craft, only to get rejected 60 times before you even get your foot in the door. With a short story. Stephen King was born in Portland, Maine in September of 1947. He grew up between different states due to his separation of his parents. So he grew up in Indiana, Connecticut, and finally in Maine. He attended the University of Maine, where he did a weekly column in the newspaper, and that's where he also met his wife. He graduated with his bachelor's in English in 1970, but he didn't get his first big publication until 1974. Many of us have failed many times to get where we are right now at our graduation. For a lot of us, it wasn't easy. A lot of us had a lot of obstacles. We really had to persevere to get where we are now, which is why I'm bringing Stephen King to come up here to talk about his struggles to finally be successful. Hopefully he gives us a little bit of light to what we can do to help overcome those obstacles, which he will. Which he will, and it is my honor to introduce Stephen King